Good morning, math students. So today we're going to be reviewing what we did yesterday, but going a little bit deeper. So basically, I'm just going to go through today's classwork to give you a better idea of the expectations and also what I'm talking about, because I know it's really hard to learn just from the paper. So first thing I'm going to point out is there is a video from Khan Academy. He just goes through the basics. I really do recommend watching it. Next, I'm going to show you this. So we are talking about the parts of an exponent, and tomorrow we'll actually be talking about the third part of an exponent. So the base is the big or large number or variable, remembering a variable is a letter, and the exponent is going to be that small up high value, and that could also be a number or a variable being a letter. So what the exponent tells us is how many times the base is going to multiply by itself. So this exponent tells us the amount of times that the base is multiplying. So exponents are really an expansion of multiplication. Scrolling down, I just defined some terms. So again, base is what the exponent is attached to, and the exponent is written as a superscript. And I'm just going to point out my example. The 2 up here, see how it doesn't look like a normal 2? You can kind of see an example of my normal 2 down there. It's really high and it's really small, and we call that a superscript. Like Superman flies high in the air, it's called a superscript, so it's a number high. I'm going to go quickly through my examples. So this is 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, which is the same thing as saying 2 times 2 times 2. So let's look at what that means. 2 to the third power, so 2 is the number multiplying, and it's going to multiply 3 times. So let's double check. We have 2 each time, and it's multiplying 1, 2, 3 times. And that equals 8, because 2 times 2 equals 4, so that's 2 of my 2's, and then times 2 again is 8, so therefore it equals 8. Let's look at 3 to the second power, or we also can say 3 squared. That is the same thing as saying 3 times 3. So let's look back at the original. 3 to the second power is 3 2 times. So 3 times 3 equals 9. I'm going to just briefly discuss a non-example, only because I don't want this going into your head, but what a lot of students do is they actually just see the 3 and the second power and they multiply it. That is no bueno, that is not right, because that's really saying 3 plus 3, but if you remember, an exponent is the number that you multiply the base, so that's what we want to focus on. Looking at the first part of the practice, I just want you to identify the base and the exponent. So remembering that the base is the big number, so big base, we look at my example and we have 23 to the second power. Well, 23 is clearly my big number, and I also color-coded in purple for you. Liz, I was thinking of you specifically. And we have 23. Whoops, I don't know why it's highlighted. Let's take that highlight out. Then we have the exponent. So the exponent is the number attached to the base, and it's up high. It's a superscript. So looking at this 23 to the second power, or 23 squared, we see the exponent is 2. That's all you're doing for that section. So you just have a couple of those. Keep in mind these two are tricky. I won't let you know any more. And then we're going to be actually breaking down and solving it similar to the example in your notes. So the first one I'm going to show you is 2 to the second power. So that means we're going to have 2 2's. So 2 and 2. Remembering that this is an operation of multiplication, so I'm just going to put in the x right from my keyboard. So that simplifies it or expands it. So 2 to the second power, I have 2 2's and they're multiplying, checks out. And then it's 2 times 2, which equals 4. Sorry, I almost dropped my screen right there. And that's our final answer. So you guys have 5, 6, 7 is tricky, don't be tricked by it, and 8 is a challenge question. All right, guys, you got this. Good luck.